Thanks for coming along on our journey north to Alaska. We have so many amazingly epic videos to come. You won't want to miss any of them. We last left you relaxing on the banks of the Willow River, 18 miles outside of Willow, Alaska. In 10 short days, our time together will have come to an end, and we will all go our separate ways. But before that happens, we still have some items on our Alaska bucket list that we want to check off. First up is catching a glimpse of Denali, and with the weather conditions just right, we head north.
Today we're in Talkeetna, Alaska, and this is our first real view of Denali. So this is the tallest mountain in North America, over 20,000 feet tall. So by far the tallest mountain I've ever seen. You can see it in the distance. It's a fairly clear day, but we're still pretty far away.
There we go.
And we hope to get a little bit closer as time goes on, but you just never can tell when you're going to have a clear enough day to actually see the mountains. So this is a pretty special moment. We're happy to be here and look at it. And this river is running high, super high. Today we're at the south viewpoint for an overlook for Denali, and it appears to me by looking at the map that this is the closest that you can get to the peak. By Crow it's about 34 miles away without going into the national park. So this is a roadside overlook. We're gonna walk in, we're gonna stretch our legs a little bit and check it out.
A highlight to coming to Alaska is catching a glimpse of Denali, the highest mountain in all of North America at 20,310 feet above sea level. But because Denali is so high, it creates its own weather, and is only visible about 30% of the time. So we are pretty happy to see the mountain in all its glory.
Today we are 18 miles south of Denali National Park, and we are free camping in this pull-off spot. It's more like the old highway, and it's just kind of a cut off from the highway, so you may hear some noise. but we found it on iOverlander, and it has been working out good for free camping. So I'm happy with it. We're right on the river. We've got a great view, and one of the nicest free camping places that we could find in the area of the national park. So today I'm going on a bus. We're going into the park on one of the tan buses, and we're gonna see if we can find some animals. I'm excited about that. And a big shout out to Sonia for letting me take her spot. She wasn't feeling up to go and just didn't want to go. So that gave me the opportunity to take the bus into the park today.
Someone said that you wish that we had better weather. I don't know that that's true. If you're here to see wildlife, this is perfect weather. Cooler, the grayer, the more overcast it is. It's pretty fantastic animal viewing weather. So I'm actually pretty hopeful for us today. It has been very, very hot up here. We've been like 25 degrees above our normal temperatures, and we have not really been seeing any wildlife to speak of.
All right, we got the screen pulled down. There's a doll sheep up at the top. It's probably easier to show you on this camera.
That is cool.
There. It's a little bit of glare from the window, but
That's a great camera.
cool.
Take a picture.
It's hard to look. Picture of the picture. I don't know if I can get rid of the glare. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's the
If you look at that mountain right in the middle of the screen, you might be able to see a road going from right to left. Just around that corner is where the slide went. It's where the road actually slid down, and they're in the process of building a bridge, and that's going to take several years. They're thinking maybe by 2027 they'll have that bridge completed, and you'll be able to go up to mile marker 92, which is the end of the road in Denali National Park.
Out here is very misleading. It looks like it's somewhat uniform. It looks like a lot of the shrubs are about the same size. But it's very misleading on several. The shrubs are not uniform. A lot of the shrubs are like knee height, and then you take another step and the shrubs are above your head. And then there's lots of undulations in the landscape, so it's not flat like it looks. There's lots of hills and gullies and ravines and crevasses and lots of ups and downs out here. So the animals can disappear, like, it's pretty amazing. Just they take a step and they disappear. They're very good at camouflaging themselves almost immediately. So always assume that there's wildlife around us. So if we're looking at sheep that are 4 miles away, think about what's between us and the sheep.
While the boys are enjoying their Tundra bus tour, Sonia and I head into Denali National Park to check out the Denali sled dogs.
A round of applause for the dogs and the kennel staff. Isn't that fun? Yes, I know. I think so too. But let me introduce you to some of them, and also it helps me remember their names also. This one here is Cupcake. Hi, Cupcake. Hi, Cupcake. Cupcake's one of our older dogs. He's not one of the oldest, but you can see in his face he's pretty getting there. We have Meatfoot behind them. Mike is one of our youngest. He's 2. He's one of our youngest runners that we have one now. He is, I think, entirely made out of springs. You'll see it at some point. He will just he goes like 4 feet in the air. It's crazy. Behind him is Dargo, who is lovely. He's really lovely. He's also one of the howlers. He tends to, yes, I know. He likes to, he does a lot of indicating.
Thinking our timing might be perfect on this spot. It's July 29th. It's a high of 54 degrees in Alaska. Now last week at this location it was 93 degrees.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I mean, that may not sound warm, especially if you're from California, Arizona, or anywhere in the States, right, lower 48 right now. But up here, it just, I mean, it feels like it's 120 when it's 90 degrees.
Yeah, the sun, it feels like the sun is closer to you. It is much warmer.
Yeah.
So we're pretty happy that it's 54 degrees. It's raining, and this location is known for being pretty buggy, and I think the rain is keeping that down.
Yeah, and the cool temperatures. So this is perfect hot spring weather.
Yeah. There's a little river.
This is the Chena Hot Springs parking area and campground just off to the right here. It is $20 a night, first come, first serve. There's trash cans, picnic tables, fire pits. There is potable water here, so drinking water. There is no dump that I know of. No electricity. But there is hot water. There is hot spring here, and that's the main event. Over there in the background, that's the ice house. There's some greenhouses a little bit behind those trees, hard to see. That one big greenhouse runs year around here and provides fresh vegetables for their restaurant. They don't sell any of their food at the farmer's market or off to any stores. It's all used here in-house. And there's even a plane way up in the sky in the distance. And they're planning on turning that into a restaurant or bar. They have plans to get that running soon. This is a really cool little spot, lots to do. We're only scratching the surface, we're only here one night, and we're trying to make the most out of it. All right, so this is the activity center here. So if you want a tour of the ice house, or if it's August 21st or later, and you want a snow cat tour of the Northern Lights, which is a 5-hour tour, this is the place you come to sign up for that. There is a free tour here that you can do. It's the greenhouse, I want to say thermal tour that you can take, where they show you the greenhouses and they show you the power plant that runs this place. It's super interesting. I highly recommend that one. There is a few other tours that you can do as well. You can rent bikes and ATVs and canoes. So there's a lot going on in this location, and this is the center of it all. And this is the direction that Carrie went to the hot springs, and that's where she's right now. And a little bit later from now, I'll take you down there if I can to give you a little glimpse of the pool, if I can do that without invading anybody's privacy. But for the most part, I probably won't be able to show you the actual hot spring itself. All right, this is the ice house right here. And this is the tour group. Yeah, looks like more people showed up. Originally it was only 11 people, so. They have scheduled tours that they do, so you make sure you check in at the activity center. I've seen ice houses in the movies, but never in person.
It's 26 degrees Fahrenheit, -3 degrees Celsius. So, you might want to grab one of our parkas. Ready? Squish
That's
it.
a serious door.
It is a serious door. The closest I'll ever get to royalty, let me tell you about it.
Oh.
So he makes all the martini glasses for the ice bar. Now that's not easy for him to do. As you just saw him, he hand turns every single one. And we go through about 17,000 a year in him. So he stays quite busy. On this side of the workshop is Mr. Bryce's station. Mr. Bryce is the mastermind behind the year-round concept of the Ice Museum. He is one of 8 ice masters in the world and has 26 world championships under his belt. So he takes these much bigger blocks of ice with cranes, chainsaws, drills, you name it, and will make most of everything that you'll see through the museum, and it has 20 years worth of his work inside. As you walk underneath the arch, you're actually going to feel it even gets colder. That acts as an insulation for the museum, and it also supports the first 2 structures you see. For that reason, we call it the Great Wall of Chena. Oh. Hey. There's another one, it's copyrighted or something. What was it, the Great Wall of China? Something like that, I don't know. I don't take credit for that. It's definitely not as big as the Great Wall of China.
Closer look at the bar, and they actually do serve drinks. Darren got an apple martini, and the bar stools, which are made of ice, have a little bit of fur on top that insulates them, and are probably about the warmest place that you can be while in the ice house. And it's Roodle Doodle! Hi boy! It's been like 30 minutes. 30 whole minutes without Roodle Doodle. Oh, he wants to show Darren his ball.
How was the ice museum?
It was good.
It was fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
I brought you a present.
Darren brought a souvenir. The ice martini glass.
That is awesome.
Keep it next to your pillow.
I'm going to keep it forever and ever and ever.
Till you eat it.
Stick it in your freezer.
You can eat it.
Oh, I could stick it in the freezer.
You can just break it up and eat it.
No, I'm going to put it in the freezer. Roodle.
We can put some Coke in it later.
There you go.
I was looking around these birch trees back in here and noticed there's chaga. And this is my first chaga find. And if I climb up in here just a little bit, there's a really pretty stream running behind me, but look up in this tree. Let me get a little closer. This is the birch tree, commonly to find chaga, and there's some chaga right there. So the chaga actually will kill the tree if it's on there long enough. So it is actually helpful for the tree if you do remove that. But this is private property, so I'm gonna leave it alone. There's a little bit more over here on this tree. There's a small one right here. A bigger one up top. I'd like to have some of that. So I'm gonna keep looking. There it is. Thanks, guys. All right, it's time to go eat dinner.
Dave had to make us come over here to see the chaga mushroom.
You've never seen chaga in the wild before, have you?
No, we
There,
haven't.
it's the first time.
Oh.
I thought it was fun.
This is Shelby, and this is Tank. Now, I'm not being mean when I call them lazy. They just don't do anything. They don't give us goat milk. They don't give us goat cheese. They just eat the fodder that we grow in that greenhouse I mentioned, and are more demanding, okay, for the grass that's greener on the other side. So, they're always here if you guys want to give them pets. Tank is a sassy one over here.
They don't have a job? They don't
Have a job.
they're somebody's pets?
They're not even pets, really. They're
They get to mow the grass.
on their side. That's pretty much it. I would love to release them and let them grow on the other side.
You wouldn't have any flowers left.
That is very true. That is very true.
And your guests wouldn't like them on their cars.
No, they would not. And listen, they're obnoxious.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.
Beverage. Does anyone know what the beverage is?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. He's here because we tried serving Coca-Cola at the Ice Bar. It's known all over the world. It's non-alcoholic. But there was one thing that someone did not think of through completely. What happens when it
Freezes.
yeah, it freezes, but what does it do when it freezes?
Expands.
It expands, explodes.
Yeah.
It explodes all over the wall, the bar, these sculptures, the people, and it's brown when it freezes. Oh, it was a bad idea. And the only way to get it off of our ice was to chip away at it. So we retired that drink very quickly. We kept